And during the libations today, as all our comrades said, know we have a lot of fallen comrades that we have lost in the struggle within the streets and also within the prison systems of this systematic racist country that we live in. So as I pour libation, I'm pouring the libation to our ancestors to let them know today is our history day here in New York. Today, we got a Black Panther Way here in New York. So as I pour, we pour north. And everybody say Ashe. We pour south. When I pour, we pour east. When I pour, we pour west. And what we want to do, we want to give the names of our comrades that have fallen. Here from the New York office here first, and then we'll speak about the rest of them as we go along in the program. Okay, Sister Claudia?
I want to start off by calling the names of the brothers and sisters that were here in the Harlem office, or started in the Harlem office. I want you to wait until I finish my list, and then you say Ashe for them all. Okay? Alex Ratcliffe, Anthony Moon White, Frank Heavy Fields, Harold Russell, Lumumba Abdul Shakur, Beth Bragg Mitchell, Michael Tabor, Ngay Clifton Lewis, Nathaniel Nat Shanks, Robert Webb, Lonnie Epps,
Sister Yasmin is going to bring you the comrades who fell behind the wall.
These comrades, not necessarily from a Harlem office, but they were members of the Black Panther Party. George Jackson, Joseph Waddell, Albert Noah Washington, Teddy Jaheed, Warren Wells, Bashir Hamid, Mondo Wilang, Abdullah Majid, Romaine Fitzgerald. And I'd like to add those brothers who were political prisoners, came home, and now they're part of the ancestors. Robert Seth Hayes, Herman Wallace, Russell Maroon Schultz.
You understand, I want to say something to all y'all folks who was a Panthers, like who we were Panthers. It's hard when we read these comrades' names off. Because they died for the people. And they died on bullshit. They died fighting for the people. And we want you to understand it takes a lot out of us. We did this because we love the people. We love y'all. It was for y'all that we are still here today. We got Rosemary Mills. We got Panthers in the house. We're still here today. So I want you to know this is no bullshit. This is real. And we're still here fighting. Because we ain't going to win yet.
Eddie Marshall Conrad.
I'd like to call out some of the brothers and sisters from the Corona branch, which we are from in East Coast Distribution. Chuck Scott, Sam Napier, Jacob Badea, Richard Jacobs, Fred Shaw Fernandez, Marie Roper, George St. Carter, John Bowman, Diane Jenkins Aubrey, my two brothers, John and Speedo Johnson, and my mother, Irene Johnson, who was buried with the honors of a Panther funeral.
How about Glenn Ford? Glenn was the member of the Panthers. Glenn Ford!
Ashe. Also, we got the name Glenn Ford. We also have George Edwards from Connecticut. We also have Spinney from New Jersey, Uncle Spinney. I don't know of New Jersey. So, I mean, we have Brother Breeze from New Jersey. Okay? So just to show you, it's been a long road, y'all. Now, without further ado, what are we going to do? We got Sister Yaz. Where she go? Yaz, speak about the political prisoners that we still have incarcerated in the dungeons here.
In 1997, with the Jericho movement, there was 22 Panthers behind the wall. Today, we have 6 Panthers behind the wall. So the power of the people helped us bring those Panthers home that was able to come home. Unfortunately, some of them passed away, but they was at least able to see freedom. Right now, we have Ed Poindexter, Veronza Bauer, Kenny Zulu Whitmore, Mumia Abu Jamal, Iman Jamil Alamin, and Freddie Hilton Kamal Siddiqui. And if we look at those Panthers, we just need to continue the struggle to bring them home. And we know we can do it with the power of the people.
Bring them out.
What's the call? What's the call? What's the call? What's the call?
I'd also like for us to give a shout out, a Black Panther Way shout out to our sister in exile, who is also a Harlem Panther. That's right. And we're talking about Asada Shakur.
Is the Reverend here to give open prayer? Is the Reverend in the house give open prayer? If not, is the Talib here? Is he here to give a prayer? We don't have no one here to give open prayer.
Is Dr. Payne in the house? Michelle Payne?
Brother Tunde. Okay, we're going to do a traditional prayer for me, for please, Brother Tunde.
Yeah, greetings, everyone. My name is Baba Tunde. Good friend of Joe here, friend of the Panthers from way back. The struggle is still continuing. You know, we have to still continue and push forward. It's by the strength of our ancestors that we will be able to move forward and be victorious. So as we pray, I'm going to make an incantation in the spot. Hello, can you hear me? All right, so, and if I can get some response, if I say, Majuba, oh, Majuba, Kiba, Mio, Mashio, hey, Iba, Mi, Iba, Koda, Iba, Mi, Iba, Sheda, Iba, Rabba, Babari, Iba, Moto, 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 Lady, Iba, Baba, Iba, Ye, Iba, Novo, Iba, Jibona, hey, Baba, Mi, Iba, Nina, Baba, Mi, Iba, Sheo. Hey, Ifa, Niki, America, Ifa, Missa, Nakaruba, I say, Biga. Hey, Lupe, Bada, hey, Romina, Loma, Baby, so we make our prayer that as we say that it was at the beginning of time that we gave homage to our ancestors. It was our ancestors, the ones who are the first ones in heaven, and the first ones that came to this earth. If we wouldn't have came to this earth, when we came to this earth, and we began to realize that once we gave homage to those who have passed, those who struggled on our behalf, that is when we begin to have good fortune. That is when we begin to have blessings in our life. So let us be able to let them rest on their shoulders. Let us be good, solid representations of what it is that we have to pass. So may this be so. If I throw a rock into the rock marketplace, I will hit a relative. They say, Isa Dubination was controlled by Akiode. They say that he made a prayer. He said he prayed that he would have an endless life. He prayed that he would not be a victim of warfare. He prayed that he wouldn't have warfare within his own family. And that any ill luck that he may have will always end up with good luck. May we receive good fortune and blessings.
Now, without further ado, what I want to introduce a person who I came to 5 years ago and told about, can we have a piece of the street named after the Black Panther Way? And she said, why not? Put it to work. And she told me what I needed to do. And I put it to work along with my comrades. And as you see today, but without further ado, Adele.
You know, there's so much I could say, but I'm really full of emotion today because for a few reasons. You know, I happen to be a New York State senator, and most of you put me in that place. but not just through an election. You put me in that place through your teaching and through your guidance and through your examples. And I saw what happened in this community. And all of you, you're still leading today. So times it can be frustrating and tiring, but I have no right to be tired because the people who are here and are still here before me are not tired. So today I am so proud. I wasn't elected when we started this, but it happened and I thank God for it because people need to know the Black Panthers and what you did. If we don't know what you did, we don't know what we're doing. Yes, you want me to say it again? If we don't know what you did, then we don't know what we're doing. So I prepared a proclamation for today. I didn't bring it out, and I'm not going to read all of it, but I'm just going to say some words because it's that important. Whereas a great state is only as great as those individuals and organizations who perform exemplary service on behalf of their communities, whether through unique achievement, professional or other endeavors, or simply through a lifetime of good citizenship. Whereas attendance is such concern, I, New York State Senator Cordell Clear, am justly proud to honor all distinguished members of the Black Panther Party, Harlem branch, upon the occasion of the renaming of West 122nd Street and Adam Clayton Powell Jr. Boulevard as Black Panther Way. The Black Panther Party was founded in Oakland, California in 1966 by Huey P. Newton and Bobby Seale. The philosophy of the Black Panthers, known as their 10-point program, we need that today, was a combination of Black nationalism, highlighted Black nationalism, and made necessary demands for land, housing, education, justice, and peace. Sound familiar? Yeah. Still doing it. By 1969, the Black Panthers have become known nationally. Furthermore, the Harlem branch was one of the first to be formed outside California and organized Black-centered education, housing, and health programs, as well as a youth section, the Black Panther Athletic Club. Together with branches in Brooklyn and Bronx, Mount Vernon and Corona, the Harlem branch issued a newsletter called the People's Community News. Over the years, the Harlem branch became the central offices for the entire state of New York. And whereas the Harlem branch gained national attention in 1969, when the branch leadership, also known as New York Panther 21, were arrested on charges of planning to bomb New York City department stores. Although eventually all were acquitted, the Harlem branch and the larger New York chapter could not fully recover from the intentional and salacious undermining and sabotage by tools of the establishment. And whereas the leaders for New York State included Field Secretary Jaruba bin Wahad, Richard Moore, Zaid Malik Shakur, James Constant, Minister of Information, Area Captain, and David Brothers, State Chairman, as well as a captain for the Brooklyn Black Panther Party. Jordan Ford was the captain for New York City and Minister of Defense for Brooklyn Black Panther Party, and the Harlem Black Panther branch heads included Deputy Minister of Defense Lumumba Shakur, Rashid Al-Fatah, Section Leader Al Carroll, Captain of Defense, and Beth Mitchell, Minister of Information Communications Secretary. And whereas in 2023, right now, New York City will rename West 122nd Street and Adam Clayton Powell Jr. Boulevard as Black Panther Way. As a tribute to the noble works and needs of the Black Panther Party in Harlem and its many members, such as Jamal Joseph, who were wrongfully targeted and imprisoned, yet have fought their entire lives for equity, empowerment, and for our beloved Harlem. Whereas it is the belief of this legislative body that when individuals and organizations of such noble aims and high accomplishments are brought to our attention, it is appropriate to publicly proclaim and commend them. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that I, State Senator of New York, Cordell Clear, am justly proud to honor all distinguished members of the Black Panther Party Harlem branch upon this occasion. Thank you.
Thank you. Now, that's top. Now I'm going to the second person who, before she even became a city council person, her and I worked in the seniors, we volunteer in the senior program here in Harlem. And I had one thing, a documentary and movies, and she was doing the latest news update to the seniors. We was trying to keep the seniors abreast of what was going on. And she said, should I run for politics? And I had to be honest, I said, it's politics. But if you can handle it, go ahead. I got your back. And I got a lot of people who's gonna help you. And without further ado, Christine Joy.
When I say people, you say power. People. Power. People. Power. People. Power. People. Power. All power to the people. So that politics thing didn't really work out. But you know what? It's because I'm not a politician and I never really was. And the true fact of the matter is when we're organizers, when we're activists, when we're advocates, you could get anyone in any seat to do anything if you are organized. With people power, all things are possible, and that is the true power. And I'll tell you this because they really don't want you to know it, but you have the power. The people have the power. So I wanted to say a few things about today because this was a complete honor to vote for and to help shepherd through the city council to get this street naming of Black Panther Way. And part of why I felt we absolutely had to do it was because it's more than symbolic. This street naming demands something from you. Black Panther Way demands something from you. You cannot see Black Panther Way without seeing the 10-point platform of the Black Panther Party for self-defense. So I'd like people to repeat after me. Stick to the platform.
The platform.
Stick to the platform.
Stick to the platform.
Stick to the platform.
Stick to the platform.
I don't want to hear from anybody that you are standing in the legacy and the tradition of the Black Panther Party, but you're a little unsure about that socialism thing. I don't want to hear it. The Black Panthers were Black socialists. They studied Marxist theory. It is point 3 on the platform. It's in black and white. It is written down. I don't want to hear, oh, well, I work in the legacy and the tradition, the trajectory of the Black Panther Party, but I don't know about challenging the cops.
Come on. Come on.
That's in the platform. It's in the platform, family. It's in the platform. Along with dismantling the jail system, mass incarceration. It's in there. And then something particularly close to my heart, and those who know Harlem and they know me, you know this. My favorite point is point number 4. Point number 4 of the 10-point platform says we demand decent housing. Stand for the shelter of human beings. And that is something that we are always going to continue to organize around. So, feel free. I'm here. I'm going to be here all day. Feel free to hit me up because I am an organizer and an activist, and we are going to continue to move, especially around housing. It's an honor to honor Black Panther Way, but also keep the tradition alive because it does demand something from us. I wanted to call up someone else who is here doing things currently that continue that platform and that tradition.
All power to the people. All power to the people. Yeah, I ain't just jump up here. All right. I'm Hump Newsom, co-founder of Black Lives Matter New York, co-founder of Black Opportunities. I just want to talk about your impact. When I met Brother Bullwhip, it was in the Bronx. I didn't even know who he was, and he dropped gems on me. I see Jamal Joseph in Harlem. He dropped jewels on me. But my OG is Malik Raheem out of New Orleans. That's the man I call when I'm jammed up and I need guidance. And I want to talk to you all about your impact. Both of our organizations was founded on your 10-point program. And in your spirit, when the pigs killed Jaheim McMillan in Mississippi, and they said ain't gonna be no protest here, we took 100 brothers with 100 AR-15s and marched to that precinct. And that precinct was shut down that entire day. In your spirit, we created a Montessori school in the Bronx, the only free Montessori school in New York State for our children. In your spirit, we fed 70,000 people since 2016. Your spirit is alive and well in Real Radicals today, and I thank you.
Okay, I want to do something here. I want to do a little changing of the script. I got a brother here.
One minute.
I got a brother here who was introduced to me by a brother named Reggie, who was one of our Panther collectors. And Reggie introduced me to this brother, and this brother spoke spoken word, and what he got to say is going to blow your mind. Brother Earl.
Peace, family. We're going to try that again. Peace, family. Yes. Power to the people. Yes. I'm going to share Black Power. Yes. I'm going to share a poem with you. It's entitled, Who Am I? Who am I? Who am I? And who am I? I am before, more than 80 millenniums ago, basking in the glow where the first suns shine. Comedic trained mind, mastering sciences and math, paving paths of spiritual enlightenment. Listen with excitement. Who am I? I am the child of the Nile, breastfed by ISIS. Priceless my gifts, no ands, buts, or ifs. Everything that was, is, or will be can be traced to my ancestry. Civilization's tapestry. Still you question our masonry, cause we built structures then you can't duplicate now. It's not for you to question how. We traverse the laws of physics you set forth. Hell, the Nile River flows from south to north. Who am I? I am the wordsmith warrior, bringing glory to the truth they hide. Slide in my time-space continuum, ride and do knowledge drive-bys, flashing signs of hieroglyphs, chanting from Mount Kilimanjaro's cliffs. Our blueprint grease follow. Sometimes it's hard to swallow, but we allow ourselves to forget. Now it's my time to go on and say the who am I? I am Muhammad, Jesus, Moses. Do you suppose it's a coincidence? Religion begins in my birthplace. Face the facts. There is no Middle East. It's just a piece of Africa. And I'm taking it back for her. Along with the oil, diamonds, and gold, and countless legacies you stole. Colonized distress, masterminding civil unrest. But wait a minute, I digress, cause that's another poem. Who am I? I am where science ends and the mysteries begin. They call it voodoo and myth, but it's beyond their kin. Pyramids aligned with constellations, graphic illustrations of lands far away. With details topographers say you can only tell from the sky. We have forgotten more than they'd ever try. Who am I? I am
great people from yesteryear, whose spirits are new. We only have to channel them. I am Marcus Garvey's defiant stance. Josephine Baker when she started to dance. I am Hannibal at the doorstep of Rome. Descendants of kings and queens snatched from their home. I am those the middle passage brought death, whispering aloud Akbar with their last breath. I am Harriet Tubman following a star. Jack Johnson boxing and racing his sports car. I am Jesse Owens running fast. Those students from Little Rock going to class. I am Marvin Gaye. Only love can conquer hate. At the Black Panther naming ceremony, I am Langston Hughes incarnating. I am Rosa Parks. That day on the bus. Don't you know every indigenous and aboriginal is us? We share the same aura as children of the diaspora. So it's time to set aside differences. That's been our demise. Maya Angelou said, still I rise. So I do. My identity, you still without a clue? Who am I? Who am I? And who am I? I am you. And we gonna make it.
Did you love it? Give him another hand, please. Brother Earl. This street be told, be spoken to us. Those words he said, if you just take those words and digest it down your system, people. Who am I? I love it. He named everyone, and this is why we're here today. Because now I want to, for those who can, I want every member that is here right now, the Black Panther Party, to please stand for a minute so people can see. Every member of the Black Panther Party, please stand. And there's another group that is standing here with me, some of my comrades who is with us and fought right along with us and put together an organization. The young lords, would you please throw your fists up in the air and show your children? Okay, all right. So you see in the house as we do this, we have. Yes, sir. Let me finish. I mean, all those fast running mouth don't know with you. Hold up. Let me finish. Y'all don't know me yet. Chill it out. Because I'm going to call out my children. Don't let nobody fool you. We got cubs here and we got grand cubs here. And we might have great grand here. So don't play. All right. To my Panther Cubs and grand cubs, throw up your fist. Let them see you. Let them see you. This is what we're here for to show you. This is what we're here for to show you. So everybody knows this is it. This is us. This is you. This is what we did. This is what we did. And it's over 50 years we're still here. And we still, no matter how much they try to change books in Florida or in Texas, they got to understand we are our story. We're going to write it. Okay? Our story. Not his story. Our story. What we going to write? Our story. What we going to write? Our story. All right. Now come up. Brother Charles Barron is on the phone. He wants to say something, so you're going to get her to the phone.
All power to the people. All power to the people. All right, so we're going to use a little modern technology. Our next guest needs no introduction. Charles Barron, the former assemblyman, back now to the city council. The reason why he got my respect, the first thing he did when he got in was he put in a resolution to remove all of the former slave owners from around the walls of city council. They were known as presidents of the United States. So he needs no introduction. So please make some noise for Charles Barron. Okay, let's see how this works.
Other side.
Black power.
All right, try it again.
If y'all can hear me, say Black Power.
Black power.
If y'all can really hear me, say Black Power louder.
Black power.
Brothers and sisters, I wish to God I was there with you. We had to go out of town. I'm here with my wife, Inez. But this is a glorious day, a magnificent day, a day that was long overdue. I want to first give thanks to a brother who recruited me in the Black Panther Party, Brother Mark Holder. Brother Mark Holder is the one who recruited me along with Tony Martin. I lived on the Lower East Side of Manhattan in the Lillian Wall Project. And that's where I did my work. I used to come up to the Harlem branch to get my papers, but I basically did work on the Lower East Side with chairman of the Young Lords Party, Felipe Louisiano. But I must say, and I cannot express more love than for my brother Jamal Joseph and my brother, these brothers. My brother Jamal, I had a similar experience that I had when I first came to some of the PE classes of the Black Panther Party in Harlem. I thought I was going to be learning about guns and weapons and Molotov cocktails and how to make pipe bombs. We learned that too. But the real emphasis was on books. So I said, they said, you want a weapon? This is your weapon, a book. So I had
I think we lost it. We're gonna get him right back. Come on, talk about that. I'll talk about that.
Just a minute, little something we dropped in. We're gonna get him back. Okay.
I did, right.
The FBI might be the one that just talks.
Call and tell, bro.
Y'all know how things go, right?
Call and tell pros on the line.
You know they working. They listening. They probably got about 50 drones up there now looking at us. Wish they could see us through these scar plates. So you know that.
No need.
We're getting back. Okay. I'm gonna have some remarks now from a Black Panther veteran sister, Rosemary Millie, please.
The whoop is in the chat.
All power to the people. Before I give my 2 minutes, I'd just like to thank Sister Kristen and Brother Charles, because they were the ones who voted to remove Cuba from the list of terrorist states.
That's right.
And we now have a proclamation from the New York City Council calling for an end to the blockade of Cuba. Thank you, Kristen. Viva la revolución cubana. Sí, como no. Yo soy comunista. It's a little bit higher than what the sister said. All right, brothers and sisters, I was asked to speak on behalf of the Black Panther women. I mean, that's a tall honor, but I'm going to try to do my best. Every Black Panther woman has a story to tell. Foremost, the first chapter focuses on our love for Black people to the extent that we recognized and we knew how vicious our enemy was. And today that viciousness continues on. We knew that the harassment
The objective was to infiltrate, to imprison, and to neutralize us as a party of men and women, mothers and children, not counting the emotional and the psychological torture that was endured by our children, the psychological torture that was endured by our children, and they called it collateral damage. Collateral damage, and that's because we were at war. We were at war, and we're still at war. So today, brothers and sisters, as we gather in the street to name Black Panther Way, we are standing tall on the shoulders of our ancestors and those who in this building recognized and were the highest elements of love, bravery, and resistance. Black power. So thank you very much. And as Black women of the Black Panther Party, we shared our love for our brothers with our babies and our bills, and struggling internal with them as well against sexism, but we endured because we were a collective, and as Afeni taught, as Black women, we had to stand tall in the face of the boss. We had to stand tall in the face of the enemy, but we also had to love ourselves as Black women. We had to love ourselves, and we shared that love in our organizing efforts. I was not in the Harlem branch, but we came here every Sunday to have political education, and that's how we grew as a community. In the Black Panther Party, to be transparent, I was called the woman's liberator. But brothers and sisters, it's just so wonderful to be here today, to be standing tall and to be alive and to love and to struggle. And that's how we have to continue to do that. All power to the people. And thank you so much. I see so many of you, and I'll get a hug after. Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to ask all the percussion to hold up and everybody be quiet. We got Charles Barron back. We're going to see if we can get him here today. I didn't introduce myself. My name's King Downey, community worker with the Black Panther Party, also a member of the Black Panther Commemoration Committee. All right, back to Charles Barron.
Our brothers and sisters, I don't know where we left off, but I'll say this quickly since we have these technical challenges. But the Black Panther Party saved my life. It was the Black Panther Party. That's the reason who I am or what I am ideologically today, a revolutionary. And I'm so glad that we were able to bring that into the electoral arena. As Brother Paul Muhammad of the Nation of Islam said, I'm not a politician, I'm a panthertician. Panthertician to get into the electoral arena. I'm glad that we have this Black Panther Way, because we got to get out of our minds, this young generation, when they hear the word Black Panther, they think of some fictional Disney World Marvel character, and they put two fists over their chest and say Wakanda forever. No, one fist up in the air, your right fist. Let's celebrate the real Black Panther. No question about Black Panther. The Black Panthers that gave us breakfast. The Black Panthers that gave us health care. The Black Panthers that tested for sickle cell anemia. The Black Panthers that gave us 66 programs. And the Black Panther Party that had an international perspective in Algeria,
you get also, you know, it takes more than just the council people and the state senator to make this happen. You have to go to the community board. And when you go to the community board, you got to find the right people to help you get this together. So without further ado, our community board, number 10 now.
How you doing? Power to the people. So my name is Marquise Harrison. I'm currently the chairperson of Community Board 10. I was not the chair when we voted on this, but I was very proud to vote on it, and I'm proud to be the chair as we're about to unveil it. But when we did this, this was very important. First of all, every street co-neighbor in any neighborhood first comes to the community board. And those 50 people deliberate and talk, and then they lobby and push that to the city council and to all and the Department of Transportation. We were proud as a community board here in Harlem, Central Harlem, to take this step to name this after Black Panthers, not because we just wanted to look cool, but we knew this was important to us as a community to carry on a tradition, to carry on a strong Black tradition. And so it is so important and critical for us to be here to celebrate, because I recognize too, as an educator, as a teacher, that we would not be here if it wasn't for the Black Panthers. Our strength as a community would not be here if it wasn't for the Black Panthers. There wouldn't be all those people of color in the city council if it wasn't for the Black Panthers. So we are so grateful for everything you've done, for everything you do, and because it's here in Harlem. And anywhere else, it had to be in Harlem so we can carry on that tradition. We need our kids to know that it's not Wakanda, but there was a Black Panther Party that did so much more to our liberation, and we got a lot more to do. So I'm just reminded before I leave, I love and grew up on this poem called Carry the Tradition from Assata Shakur. And I just want to leave you with a few of the, I'm not even, the poem is a bit long, but I got to leave you with some of it, because I thought on today of the woman who helped just educate me in college, right? It was through her words. So let me just read a quick part of that. It was against water holes and bulldogs, against nightsticks and bullets, against takes and tear gas, needles and nurses, bombs and birth control. We carried it on. And Selma and San Juan, Mozambique, Mississippi, and Brazil and Boston, we carried it on. Through the lies and the sellouts, the mistakes and the madness, through the pain and the hunger and frustration, we carried it on. Carried on the tradition, carried on the strong tradition, carried a proud tradition, carried a Black tradition. Carry it on. Pass it down to the children. Pass it down. Carry it on. Carry it on now. Carry it on to freedom. And that's why today we are proud to call this Black Panther Way, because we're going to keep carrying on the tradition right here in Central Harlem.
And now, without further ado, we're going to bring up the original Panther baby, Jamal Joseph.
All power to the people.
Now, it's important that when we remember the speeches of Fred Hampton, Chairman Fred, Chairman Bobby Seale, that they would say all power to the people. And we would say that means Black power to Black people. That means white power to white people. That means brown power to brown people. Red power to red people. Yellow power to yellow people. And Fred Hampton would say X power to everyone else. That including the immigrant community, the LGBTQ community, all the working class communities, all those together. This is why this is important. Because Fred Hampton built the original Rainbow Coalition. That's right. And it was understanding the nature of class struggle. It was understanding when Fred Hampton was rolling with Rising Up Angry and rolling with Cha-Cha Jimenez and turned the Young Lords gang into the Young Lords organization, and my comrade brother Felipe Luciano and all the brothers there turned it into the Young Lords Party, that what we were doing at the time that the government unleashed total terror against the Black Panther Party was because of that class struggle, and that we were building what? A united front against fascism. So we want to recognize that. I want to recognize Felipe Luciano, 2 words for him, and then I have something that I think I have to do that's an amazing moment here, because as Sister Rosemary mentioned, that members and Sister Cordell mentioned that many members of the Panther 21 came out of the Harlem office. There was only 6 of us left alive. 3 of us are here today. So I'm going to bring them up with me.
Very quickly. There's a reason those of you are here. You can feel it. In the air, fascism is here. This guy is serious about killing black people. This guy is serious about jailing anybody who goes against him. I don't want us to forget that. Be careful with those who say, don't vote. Be careful with that. That's bullshit. Vote. Reform can be revolution. Keep it going. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. And if you don't believe that the Black Panther philosophy doesn't work, see what happens when they start jailing your kids. See what happens when they start jailing your grandmothers. They're doing it now. And so the Black Panther philosophy is going to become popular again because people are going to be tired of getting shot at without doing anything in return. We have to fight back. Learn to protect yourselves with health. A lot of us are not healthy. Learn to take care of your mental health. Don't stay alone too long. That depression is killing us. And the health is killing us. All I'm saying, the Black Panther philosophy of defend yourself and free the land is important. Look at Harlem. Look what has happened here. You should see East Harlem. And the other thing, don't get it twisted. Puerto Ricans are black. Don't get it fucking twisted. We're just like the Moors. There's no difference. Folks, be careful. There's a move to divide and conquer. I refute all of that bullshit nationalism that says we can't be together. We are together. I love you very much. Get prepared. Shit is going. Shit is on.
This is reminiscent of the political education classes that we would have right outside that office. Let me tell you about that office. Of course, I think everybody knows the story, and Brother Barron talked about it. I walked into the Panther office thinking that I was going to get a gun and be sent on a mission to kill white folks. And instead, I got a stack of books, and the question of what would the community look like if all of the cops were black, all of the landlords, slumlords were black, all of the politicians were black, and all of the oppressed people were white. And I said that would still be wrong. And he said, that's right, young brother. This is not just a race struggle for civil rights, but a class struggle for human rights. Study those books so you know what real people's revolution is about. So our white comrades who are here, Brother Steve Shames, who documented the Black Panther Party, Bob Boyle, who's a people's lawyer, Christine Choi, who was both a member of the Black Panther Party, and Iwa Kun. Let's remember that coalition. We want to acknowledge that. But study the ideology of the Black Panther Party just beyond that 10-point program. There's a reason why that office was a place where food was distributed, where medical tests were given, where education happened, where people came in all kinds of crises. Because as any member of the Black Panther Party will tell you, that in addition to the ideology of the Black Panther Party, the 10-point program, that if you ask any Panther veteran, any community worker, what we were taught to believe above all other things, the answer would be the same. We were taught to have what? An undying love for the people. Let's say that again. An undying love for the people. And that's what would make us get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. And by the way, we didn't have special Panther condos. We had those unheated houses, the cold water to get to feed children that weren't our biological children, but with our children that worked in the community, whether we're at the welfare center, the buildings,
community patrols, school organizing, the health programs. And then late at night, as you were going home, walking on that bus and in that car, and saw the big police with their guns out on somebody, to jump in front of that guns in between the pigs. For someone you may not know by name, but you knew that they're your brother and sister. It was in a dying love for the people, the true energy and ammunition of people's revolution. I need my brother Sundiata Akoli to come here from the New York Panther 21, and brother Shabaon Sundiata. Yeah. Okay. Okay, well, let's just hold your hand up and acknowledge Brother Sundiata Akoli. Never the people after 47 years in prison. And Brother Shabaon, another New York Panther 21.
You got me with this, brother. I just want to sound power to the people. It's an honor and a pleasure to be here. I drove all night from North Carolina, but that's my story. I love black people. I love black people. I love black people. The first time I walked into that office, I went in there for a whole different thing. I saw Fanny Shakur standing on the steps, and me being the character that I was back in them days, I was like, damn, she beautiful. I'm going to join this party. As a result, I learned so much about myself, about my people, and how to do something about it. I love black people, all power to the people, and may we move straight ahead.
Please, I just want to quickly end with this. This is a great lesson that I learned from the Fanny Shakur and the Black Panther Party about what we're about and who we're about. And Sister Rosemary, Sister Claudia, all the sisters who were here, there was a point in time when you walked into a Black Panther office, and you may not have been conscious of it, but it was completely manned by the women of the Black Panther Party. The brothers, yes, raised by the women. And when the brothers were underground in prison, those offices and those programs continued to run because of the women of the Black Panther Party. We want to acknowledge that. We want to acknowledge my brother Bilal Sunni Ali, who also journeyed long and far to be here. Prisoner of war, artist revolutionary, long distance revolutionary, one of the founding members of the New York Black chapter of the Black Panther Party. I want to acknowledge him as well. But here's that lesson. And I'll pass it back to Brother Bullwhip and Sister Claudia. Afeni said, Jamal, the goal of the Black Panther Party is not to have every man, woman, and child in the Black community to become Panthers. The goal of the Black Panther Party is to show people, by example, the possibility of struggle and liberation. And if we do our jobs, we won't need a Black Panther Party. We will be obsolete because the whole community will be a People's Revolutionary Party and a People's Revolutionary Army. So when we see that sign that says Black Panther Way, let's remember that it's not named Black Panther Place or Black Panther Street. It's named Black Panther Way. And let's live and internalize and live that way. All power to the people.
And now I give you love.
All power to the people. 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 Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. Free the land. Free the land. Free the land. By any means. I'm so happy to be here.
happy to be here because of you. It was important to me to be here because I knew many of you were coming. Just like when one time we didn't have any offices. There was no offices at all in any community in New York. We had a central meeting place at LIU in Brooklyn. And we was talking about where should we establish offices. And they said that, well, it's New York, there needed to be an office in Manhattan. And I said, there needs to be an office in Harlem. And they said, are you from Harlem? I said, no, I'm from the Bronx. So they told me to go ahead and talk to people in Harlem and the Bronx. So when the Harlem office started, it was the Bronx Harlem. It was the Bronx Harlem chapter for a while. So I'm still representing the Bronx. My daughter was reminding me that we used to meet at her grandmother's house. So I don't want to say a lot of things, but it's what's important is not how we started. I mean, that's important, but how we end up, where we've gone by us sticking to the way that we established, us sticking to the 10-point program, and us sticking to working toward a UN supervised plebiscite to tell the world that we are free. So this is how we end up, and I'm very glad to see so many of you. See you, Rosemary, Sundiana, and if I start naming names, that'll take another week. But I did write a song a few years ago, and I'm gonna work on singing it. And that song is called "Look for Me in the World." Yeah. The autobiography of the New York Panther 21 had the same title, "Look for Me in the Whirlwind." War is never easy. War is bound to bring on hardship. War is bound to make you weary. Reach out. War will have us parting. Our paths are getting distant. Just to think we might never see each other again until we win. So until then, until we win, look for me. Look for me in the world. Try and see my face. Try and see my face in the world. all you can. Do all you can to help your sister woman and brother man through the whirlwind. Reach out for me. Reach out for me. Reach out.
And now I'd like to introduce little fellow used to run around home office. He was about 3 feet tall, 90 more. Welcome to the stage, Mr. Kim Holder.
Yeah.
All power to the people. Harlem! Harlem! No offense, Jamal, but I'm the baby Panther. In May 1969, I stood right across the street there, me and my boys, and we made that trip across the street and created undying love for the people. And very important, a will to fight for revolution. I want to mention 2 people that have already been mentioned. One of my comrades who went on the street together. All right. One is Twyman Myers. Great warrior, a great friend, a great comrade, a great revolutionary. And the other one is Sophia Bakari, known then as Bernice Jones, DJ. Another fantastic warrior, comrade, and revolutionary. I joined the Panthers, as I said, in May 1969, because I thought after the Panther 21 were arrested, I was Mr. Revolution. It was the greatest thing I ever did. I got some words here. I also want to mention 2 other comrades. One is Janet Cyril.
Yeah.
She taught me strength and how to work in the community. And Bashir Sanders.
Yeah.
And lastly, I want to mention Garuba. All right? There would be no Harlem branch without Garuba. Okay? And before I go, I want to say thank you, Jamal. I met this brother when he was in jail. I wrote to him, he wrote me back. And for the entire time I was in the party, he was the first brother who took me seriously and treated me like a comrade and taught me how to be a revolutionary. Thank you, brother.
Okay, before we go further in the program into the unveiling and everything, we're going to have the doctor who works with Brother Ramir. This is Dr. Joe Harris, who treated Ramir and who is a Harlem chapter Panther veteran. Very rapidly. Yeah, very rapidly. Yeah, I diagnosed Ramir with hepatitis C. They let me in the prison, and I had to, not with a stethoscope, not as official medical, I had to listen to his heart with my ear and his back with my ear, but we were able to diagnose him with hepatitis C. And then we went on to federal court, Abu Jamal versus Weitzel, and won hepatitis C cure
for every inmate in the United States on the basis of the 8th Amendment. So this is one of the most important things that the Black Panther Party. I'm a former Panther right over here. I know Jamal forever. He says 55. I say 54 years. And I was just going to say two of the superstars that came out of here was Tupac and, of course, Nile Rodgers. But I want to say one last thing because I wasn't on the program. To Rosemary, Mumia always talks about you, and the blood of Fred Hampton recruited this sister because Mumia told me you went to Philadelphia, to Chicago, to investigate the death of Fred Hampton and his blood. Then you joined the party. And I also want to say something to Kim. Mumia always talks about Kim and his love for Kim and Jamal and everything. Many times he's talked about Kim Holder. Thank you very much, and all power to the people.
Okay, now it's time for the big moment. I think if everybody goes across the street, everybody gathers across the street, everybody. Everybody go across the street, please.
You guys see the balloons?
front.